crispy. What am I doing? What is anyone doing? Tricky. Whatever. Oh no. Oh, I didn't expect that to happen. It's a very interesting shape. Okay, that's very cool. I thought this was going to be a little bit easier than this, but it's okay. It doesn't look any more promising, to be fair. That's all we wanted. Where's the vertex edit tool? Yeah. Ideally, actually, we want to rotate this. Rotation lock. Rotation to the 15-degree rotation should be fine. Can I add vertex? Big okay. The big no in Counter-Strike is making convex boys. Big no. Oh shit. That's a nice bit of feedback for you. So this is just gonna be like a test, so it doesn't really matter what we put on the inside of this, but oh shit. So there's a riot shield there. It's headshot, a bunch of sprays that aren't used, a bunch of corrupted image files. Great, love them, love them. That's not good. Oh, you know, are those from like deathmatch servers I've played on? Jesus. Heck, that. I'm all the way at the bottom of the textures list, that's why they're all weird. Let's just use this. Ooh. Oofed. can see some gaps in the old model. So that's not good, but whatever. Soldier on and all that. For fuck's sake, select the bastard handle. Twist it. These God, so fucking ghetto. That one's actually fine, believe it or not. Is that a stretch? Yep, good. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Bloody moron. You gotta go in. You gotta select them all. I see. What a stupid fucking tool is this? Who invented this? I guess it's not that stupid, because it allows you to select the 3D geometry in the 3D space. It allows you to select then the points on the 3D geometry in the 2D space. You have an accurate kind of selection set. I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining, really. Something to say, fill the void. Everyone who's going to ask, yes, I am listening to music. Yes, the music is muted on the stream. Boom, it's light. Besides, you don't want to hear ear rape level fucking jazz solos at 1 AM. No one does, except for me apparently. They're not ear rape. They're quite nice actually. In the grand scheme of jazz, that is. They're not fusion or anything. They're just on the small band side of bop. I don't know. It's not really bop. It's that. It's the area of jazz which was good. Oh, sick burn! So, with any luck, this will render, obviously no draw, so it won't draw any of these. I don't know what happened at the edges there. So it won't draw any of those. But what it will draw is all of the insides as you look through it like this. So if you have something which has transparency or is transparent itself, the valve, the source engine will render the it will if you have an object that's transparent. If you have an object, sorry, Jesus, this is if you have an object which is textured with a texture that has transparency, that self-same 3D item will not be displayed on any side where the transparency would allow you to see through the texture to the back side of the texture, essentially. So a good example would be, does this have all the Doom sprites that I imported into Hammer? What did I even call them? Did I even give them names? Were they just like Doom? Oh yeah, Doom. They're all here. Let me get you a second window. Window capture. Spelled everything wrong. Sorry. It's a bit more interactive now, isn't it? Look at me go. Just trying to find the example texture that I wanted to use, because I made alpha masks for all of the see-through textures in Doom. Of course, in Doom, it works in the same kind of way that that one. These have transparency. I don't know why they're not showing up as being transparent though. That's weird. That's whatever. I mean, I know they are, so just use one. Let's just do it all. Oh, sweet Jesus. What fresh hell is this? Oh, I just wanted a block of that stuff. Sorry. Hey, that's not a bad texture. Hey, it came straight from Doom, and it looks all right. So, in fact, even in the Hammer in the Hammer editor, sorry, Jesus, my brain is just full on melted right now. You can see the effect happening. So you can see the player model there behind, through the transparent boy here. You can even see the sphere that we just constructed. What is that noise? Please, this. Hold on. What am I? Dude. What love? Charlie Mingus. Mingus at Antibes, 1986. That is a interesting saxophone solo. Anyway, you can see the sphere that we've created through the iron bars. I guess they're iron bars. Can't fly up in this. Gotta look up and fly. But you see we have a solid texture on the top, and you can see the bottom of this thing will actually be textured with the bars, because I'm an idiot and I didn't enable no draw and then textured it afterwards. Rookie mistake. But you can't see the bars on the bottom through here. You can't see the you can't see the flat texture on the top of this stuff through the top. And you can't see bars on the back two faces of the object. Oh, what the hell? Hang on a sec. It's showing my audio stuff. Good. Let me just fix that real quick. And when I close it, it doesn't capture anything. Good. it was set to capture the next window of the same type. Yeah. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But anyway, the theory is, it's a bit ugly, but the theory is that we have this disgusting spheroid that we've bodged together somehow, and it's made out of these interesting looking trapezoids. And when you look at it, it's going to not render any of the it'll look kind of shitty, to be honest with you, at the start, but it will render, basically it won't render these 3 segments, but it will render the 4 segments that you can see, and you'll be able to see inside. Some things that we're going to have to do, because this is a solid object and there are essentially no areas for light to get in. You can add a point light inside, so that when you see the things, yeah, I wanna change your properties, bro. Spot, no. Point spotlight, beam spotlight, light spot, light environment, directional, light. What is this shitty entertainer? This is actual Scott Joplin playing it. Okay. Is it just that? It is just that. It's just light. So point light has been was it point light or was it light underscore point? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was called point light. You'll call me on that. I'm not going into that, and we'll have some disgusting so in this box here, you can see it has the color picker, but it has an extra few digits. The last number determines the. Oh, you can't see that. Of course, you can't see that. Why would you be able to see that? And enable you seeing that stuff. Anyway, now we're gonna do the sacrilegious act of. Yeah. Hammer doesn't like lights to be too close to surfaces, doesn't like surfaces to be too close to lights, etc, etc. But we're going to do it anyway, because swag, YOLO, twerk, whatever. I want to see the light map grid. I want to go to... So if I... Yeah, so a bigger light map grid and all. Well, actually that's a stupid idea. What am I doing? On the top, yes. On the outside of this, absolutely. I should have done this before. Oh my god, there's so much garbage going on this. This is all just node raw texture anyway, so it doesn't matter if it looks messed up. It is, in essence, not gonna exist. Oh, but part of me has just stopped caring. Whatever. It's yeah, and oh, we can just do the cheeky select. In fact, so increasing the light map scale is gonna help the game engine. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna look like ass anyway, but it's gonna help the game engine render that. It's a small area and I want some nicer looking shine on it, so we're gonna go to 8. You know what? Let's go to 4. I don't care anymore. Grid, that's excellent. Smooth. We are not smoothing these dudes. So yeah, that should be fine. We'll just throw a texture. We'll throw some textures down. We're in the wrong friggin' tool. Oh, I hate that. It's like you click too fast. It won't select it, but it will. It'll open the stupid fucking properties menu. And then we need to browse for Shashka. There you go. Boom. We got a skybox. We got any nice like sand textures? You know what? Let's just moon tiles or one moon tiles blend. Hive barrier, moon sand. Moon tiles? Yep. Big I can't remember what size these are meant to be. Something like 0.016. It's a 2K yeah, it looks alright. It's a 2K texture. Don't make 2K textures for Source if you're gonna make them that big. Like, I was a big idiot when I was making that. It's a nice looking texture. You can get so close to it and it still looks crisp as fuck. But it's obviously it's resource heavy. It's resource heavy, and it you know, all the stuff that comes with rendering a 2K texture, I guess. Basically, I wanted to make it as high fidelity as I could, But using the source engine, basically, if you want detail to appear in a surface that isn't baked into the texture, it's hard. I think there's one option for making a detail map, which is just a secondary normal map that is applied on top of the normal map that you give to a thing. One, I've never done that. Two, I haven't seen any tutorials on how to set it up. I think I saw a screenshot which was going through source tutorials on, and it wasn't a source tutorial, it was just going through the source material editor kind of workflow, and it was like, yeah, you can do this, you can do that, we got this, we got that, hey look, and then there was a VTF file, sorry, a VMT file, and it had texture 1 and texture 2. Sorry, no, it had texture 1 and then it had normal map, bump map 1 and bump map 2. Obviously, the first normal map being the global normal map to give the texture that they were working with some normal map, and then the second one was a detail map, which was, detail maps were introduced into the Counter-Strike in the HDR update, I believe. Or was it in, was the HDR update with Source? Shit, I don't know, it's too late. I'm not the lore keeper on Valve games, sorry. But I do know that detail maps outside of normal maps have been used, and I know that detail maps in other engines. You see, in Unreal Engine, you can start with very basic graphical building blocks. So you could have this in either an RGB mask style texture. You could have just the texture. You could have a black and white single channel alpha texture, and basically just build this out of it. You can use multiple normal maps all at the same time, and it's very easy to compile and use that kind of stuff together. Anyway, this is for people who are new here, for people who have never seen this. In fact, I don't think any of you will have seen this. This is my attempt at recreating the Destiny 1 tiles that you find in the moon and on the Dreadnought in the Hive locations. It has the classic Hive underpatterned, slightly green. So I'm going to get rid of that selection there. Slightly green underwebbing. I don't know what you should call that. It's like a thing. So it's like a grate, and then the tiles are placed on top. They're hexagons, basically. Hexagons in a tessellation with a bit of a boundary, and they touch tips. I'm not sure they're actually meant to touch tips, but hey, you know what? The people who made Destiny 2, and the same company obviously, but maybe different devs, maybe the same devs, maybe they wanted to just spice things up again, but they changed the fucking texture. So basically now you have these tiles, they're slightly further apart, and then the like the striations, the support struts and everything is like the Vex texture. So it's like more like a concrete layover, which is like decayed over time. I'm gonna get rid of this face edit mode. I need to add a sun. Ideal. Whoa, you can't control A in that, and it's really annoying. Light map, light environment. Yeah, that's my boy. That should be fine. This is the part where I crash my PC. Oh! That's loud, bro. Yep. I don't want to play on... Jesus Christ, that's loud. I don't want to play on Valve authenticated servers. I want to test my map. Thank you. Alright, okay. So what? Sorry, I don't do this. So oh shit, I pressed the fuck. I put the S in the wrong fucking command. This is the part where Valve throws me off all their servers for messing around with their software. Messing around hard. Okay, it didn't. Yep. Don't be idiot. This one to console. There you go. Compiled that time. Fingers crossed I should get a windowed boot. A windowed... I don't know what I did, I've probably broken that. This is going to be so loud for me again. I'm just going to take my headphones off. Yeah, that solved it. Hold on, no, you don't, you can't see this. Absolute Jesus Christ, it's loud. It's so shit. It's so fucking garbage, but look, it works. Look at that. It's clear it's clipping into the floor. It doesn't have a top. Hey. So you see the same tricks we used. This is a really nice oh yeah, of course it's the... Hey, this is a really good texture. Where'd you get this from? Oh, it's just... Okay, look, okay, when you spend time on a project, I spent time on this. This is I won't say it's a labor of love, but you know, this took me like minutes. See that that cheeky, horrible low res shadow rendering on these edges. Ah, yeah, that's a cool thing. So I guess the node draw doesn't interfere with lighting, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so oh, the match is starting now. Okay. The Doom texture holding up surprisingly well. It's, at a distance, it just looks like it's from Counter-Strike, and that's bad. Look at the pixel density. Just look at the pixel density. Like there's a Doom skin, a Doom texture from 1987, 1988. And here's my texture, which is approximately what? It's 2K, so it's 2048 by 2048. The Doom texture was 32 by 64. I'll let you do the numbers. I won't spoil the outcome for you there. So yeah, the inside of this is lit fairly well. You can see there's still some shit going on in there. It's like this, but that's what it is. When the light map has more luxels, it looks better. The light map was aligned to the z-axis. It might also look even better. But you can see there's some weird flaring issues going on. The fact that this is a Phong texture and everything. In fact, the light is bleeding out of the thing here. There's some shit going on there. I don't want to know. I do not want to know. So all these holes in the texture, not good. But that's a phase one. That's a phase one thing. We are down to phase one. So this is inspired basically. This is just a proof of concept shitty map thrown together in 45. Geez, it took 45 minutes to do all that. Yeah, I'm a pro. Shit. Jumps clean over. It's hard to jump on something you can't fucking see, right? So this is actually working a lot better than I thought it was going to. Apart from these, what texture even is that? Like, I don't think that's legit. Look, it's whatever. Is it the can't enable your flashlight in Counter-Strike anymore? I think that might be the inside texture. It's just, you know, because it's not lit. Anyway, this is so anyway, this was sparked because I don't think it was the last time I played Monster Hunter World, because that was the time that I got really angry and made the hypercut of me swearing at OBS for an hour. The time before that, when we just got into the inside of the volcano territory. Thank you for the round draw. You can collect opals, or opal gem stuff, and amber, two different gems, and they have the opal, definitely. I can't remember the amber. I think the amber was just a translucent texture. The opal was basically okay, so that's a little bit janky, but the opal was this blue shiny texture that was rendered on the back face of an egg, basically an egg shape. So it was rendered in exactly the same way as this. Cough cough, hint hint, wink wink. Obviously not exactly the same way, but the same rendering procedure was taken into account to achieve the effect. And the effect is you get like a solid color backdrop, and in the in fact, let's do that real quick. I do want to stop playing now. Thank you. I want to deafen myself. Put my headphones back on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, we'll fix that in a moment, don't worry. Prop static. That's really nice. The MDL browser isn't loading. Oh, there it is. Anime Patron. Gibbs Ghost F18 extras effect. Mod filter. I just want CSGO, thank you. These are all filter knife. Not solid. Sorry, I've gotta check these physics. There are physics. It's a static prop. It's not a physics prop. Can we zoom in on my carambito? Oh, we can't. But does that actually have the MTech logo on the backside? It's cheeky. Okay, Karamba only has one skin apparently. Screen space fade, lighting origin, disable self shadowing, yes. Ignore surface null, no. Alpha, bounce lighting, create indirect lighting from this prop. Yeah, that could be cool. Disable prop combine, combining with any other static props in via BSP. Yep, sure. I guess we got to change that to a yes or something. Crap. And headphones off again. I didn't change anything else. I get the feeling I was meant to change something else about this, but whatever. But this should work. This should be fine. You know, I set up all this fancy switching so you could Cisco. Thank you, Cisco. Thank you. Yeah, and show the window, thank you. I set up all this fancy switching so that you could rip. it's fucking gone. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Oh, you know what it will be? It's because maybe Viz has detected that there's no way it can be seen inside the dude. Oh yeah, I see those. They're the back faces. Whatever. I don't really care. It's late and I'm tired. But that was that. So I didn't actually finish explaining this. So the opal texture in Monster Hunter World will be won't have been made like this. This is a crude and rudimentary method for implementing the effect. Oh, you know what? It might not be displaying because we're playing CSGO, and if you put a fucking knife model into a map, people are gonna try and pick it up. So might have to try that with a different static mesh, because the Karambito is obviously it's a meme. So, but I don't care. I won't be doing that today. But anyway, let me finish my goddamn explanation before I get sidetracked for the 18th time. This is rendered basically segments of a circle being cut out, and then the back it's been turned into a hollowed out segment shape. It's actually two shapes. There's a top and a bottom, and you can see the what the fuck, shot straight through the mother. Dude, no draw is powerful. Anyway. So when it comes to creating the VBSP, when it knows what to show you, when to show you it, how to show it to you, it will skip the no draw texture. It will skip the segment with the no draw texture being displayed to the user. It will display the 3D segments behind, which are not no drawed. As you can see, the inside of those segments are textured with a beautiful Art Deco copper pipes texture, which I made, which I have not applied correctly to this, but it's a color. It's just so we can see it, basically. And then that creates the it doesn't create a very good illusion here, because it's an 8 segment circle. It's pretty garbage, but it creates the look that you can see the back face and the tangible object of this hedron. I guess it's a hedron at this point because it looks kind of garbage. The tangible object of the hedron, it's transparent on the front, up front, but in the back it's there's enough material to witness it as a solid kind of opaque sheen across the back face of the object. Total internal reflection, or if there's just enough mass suspended in whatever material it's made out of. And this is mimicking the effect that we saw in Monster Hunter, where the opal material was an egg textured in a similar way as that you could see through the front of the egg, and there was a trilobite, however you want to pronounce it, in the middle, encased in the opal. I guess it's a pretty cool looking fucking prop, to be fair. I won't knock it. In Monster Hunter World, my best guess is that they would have achieved. Thank you, round draw. Oh, you can't hear that, can you? Good. That the devs at Capcom would have achieved the back face drawing in Monster Hunter World by enabling a two-sided texture and essentially doing the same thing. Either having a solid 3D object or a 3D a solid 3D object, or a 3D object that was once solid and has been broken into parts. It's a small prop. It doesn't take up a lot of screen space a lot of the time, and Monster Hunter runs like ass anyway, so I don't think they really care about the optimization of the effects that they put on. So it probably was a solid 3D model, which has been passed, not with a BSP, because I don't think Monster Hunter World uses BSP technology for its level rendering. It doesn't feel like it does. It feels like it uses like a radius-based distance culling, which is a lot less efficient. It's a lot less efficient in Monster Hunter's case because they use a lot of very detailed props, like the opal. So it'll be a 3D egg basically, and it saves on 3D computation because there's only the egg to render. You only have to render one 3D object of the egg. This one, in the segment, you have to render the front face and well, you don't have to render the front face because it's obviously not displaying, but you have to compute the fact that there is no front face to render, as it were. And the 3-dimensionals of the thing is basically it looks fucky because it is fucky. If you were an artist with a day to do this, you could make it look not fucky. Trust me, I'm a doctor. It's pushing pixels and polygons, but yeah. So they'll have that, and then they'll have their 3D object, which is much higher resolution. They'll have their trilobite inside, and they'll have a two-sided texture, which is very easy to enable in Unreal Engine. You just go to your texture, you add the node to the two-sided texturing, and then you have two inputs for your input. You have two outputs for your output. And you have two texture methods. I can't remember how to say it exactly, but it's not difficult. It's non-trivial. There's at least 100 YouTube videos teaching you how to do it. It's easy peasy. The only problem with the Monster Hunter model is that because ostensibly it's a single monolithic, that's a good word, because we're talking about an opal, in game or not. Monolithic is fine. Monolithic describing a phone, maybe not so much. But yeah, they'll have a monolithic model which requires basically every time you move, it needs to recalculate what portion of the back face you can see. Whereas this, it already knows basically not to render any of the node draw, and it looks smooth to you because you're a filthy human. This is only running at 60 frames a second. But if you were to get to the nitty gritty programming of the stuff, basically, the viz calculations of this are done so that none of the node draw stuff is visible at a time. I guess it's the same calculation, really. I mean, essentially it is. But because this one's split into segments, I guess it can offload maybe some of that per segment. I don't know what I'm talking about now. I have actually gone off the rails. I'm just it's 2 AM. Give me a break. But there you go. That is, you can see even the node draw texture doesn't pick up decals. Oh, but the inside does. That's weird. I'm sure using a two-sided texture would be a lot easier to do because you wouldn't just have to use a node draw. You wouldn't just be able. What am I saying? So node draw makes things invisible, but I don't think it's a texture per se. It basically removes the texture from the thing as I understand it. It's a function brush rather than a detail, a texturing brush, like a clip or skip or the other one for viz. So I don't think it is just a texture with a zeroed out alpha channel. It is, it's like using null rather than zero, right? I don't know. Don't take that as fact. You'd have to ask Valve. Christ, I'm sure there's a wiki or something that you can look up the information on. And Doom textures, man, looking so good, looking so fine. It's a good texture. If anyone wants this texture, send me an email. I'll send it to you. Bungie, if you want this texture, so you can put it back in a Destiny 2, because you may have lost the files for original stuff. Just hit me up, dude. Hit me up. Fishing now. I'm fishing for work. God damn it. But yeah, I think that concludes today's session. I managed to drag it out an extra 20 minutes. rambling about how I don't know anything really about how either game engine works. But yeah, hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Maybe I had this. I was gonna do a bit more, but I'm really tired and I just want to stop now. I have this switcher. I have GIMP up, because GIMP's free. I was gonna do like the inside texture of this and do a nice one, but we've seen that it works, and that satisfied me to a point at which I'm just gonna call it quits. I think. Yeah. Have I got any tea left? I do. Let me just. Welcome to the mouth noise stream, although it's just about to end. Thanks for watching. If you did tune in for this crazy live session, thanks for watching the VOD, and I hope you do learn something from this, even if it's just that there's a guy out there who made a Destiny texture for CSGO, or that you can import practically any image file as a texture for CSGO. It's cool stuff. The sky's the limit, dude. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.